Hello everyone. So today we are going to see some backtracking related problems for string related in under the backtracking. Okay, and these all problems follow a similar kind of pattern which you could see. We'll try to solve two problems for this video, and I could give you ample of problems in the description to solve out. Okay, so the first question is related to palindrome partitioning question. Let me write here palindrome partitioning problem. So the problem states that you are given a string S and you have to partition S such that every substring of the partition is a palindrome. Okay, you will partition it in such a way that every partition is a palindrome. And you have to return all possible palindromic partitions of S. So when it was return all possible partitions, you have to return, of course, backtracking we should have to use. Okay, so once we include that and then we remove it, pop back it, and then we again include it, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me write the general algorithm of it, or for the example let us first uh, give you the example. So let's say the string is S is equal to AAB. Okay, what are the different partitions? So the output should consisted of two sets. One could be AAB. So A and B. So this is a partition, one of the partition. This is one of the partition wherein all these three are palindromes. And another could be AA and B, because A is palindrome and B is also palindrome. So these are the two possible palindrome partitions of this S. Nothing other than this, right? And you have to partition it so that every substring and substring should not be empty. That is also one condition. Okay, so how will you follow for the general algorithm over here? Okay, so the general algorithm for the string based problem states that, like, what is the pattern which you have to follow? Okay, as our full series works on the patterns and templates to give you. First, initialize empty string, which we called as temp. Make vector of string as answer. Okay, now we will pass under the solve function index I, which is nothing but 0, and then your original string S, and then the temp and the answer. Okay, now under solve, base condition, which is nothing but most probably I is equal to n is nothing but S dot size. So when this condition hits, what you have to do? Push temp in answer and return. Check for any other conditions if given in the question, otherwise not needed. Okay, now start from j is equal to I to j less than S dot size. Okay, so now your substring has been from I to j. Okay, current substring becomes I to j. Now apply given condition on this substring. I hope you got it. Like for above question, you need to check that whether I to j is palindrome or not. Okay, so let me write over here. For above question, check is palindrome I to j substring, right? If yes, if yes, then this is the one of the possible you got. So if yes, move for solve to j plus 1 and the same thing. Okay, and temp dot pop back also. Lastly, you have to remove also. And if no, nothing. If no, nothing. Just move ahead. Because in the base condition, in the temp, you already have added temp plus equal to s of j. This you are doing. This you will do until you will find palindrome. Once you find palindrome, you will consider this temp and then you will move to j plus 1 by initially starting again from the empty string, right? So for the above question, let's try. So you are given a and b. Okay. So for above question, your algorithm will look like, if your I is equal to n, then answer dot pushback temp. Temp is nothing but the current string and return, right? Answer dot pushback temp and return. For this case, your temp will be vector of string and your answer will be vector of string, because this could be strings. Okay. So initialize empty string or vector of string. This could be anything. And this could be vector of string or vector of vector of string. Like the same we have learned in subset problems and combination sum problems. If you're not aware, please do watch the previous two videos. Okay, so this depends on the question. Here your temp will be vector of string and your answer will be vector of string, right? So if your I is equal to n, you'll push back this temp and then you will return it. Okay, what is the next step that you have to do? Now you will try to move from j is equal to I to j is equal to n. So now what you will do, for j is equal to I till j less than n and j plus plus, what you will do? So your I to j is the substring, right? So you need to check if is palindrome what? S dot substring starting from I length, j to I is j minus I plus 1 length. If this substring of S is palindrome, then you will insert the string in your temp, not an answer. So temp dot pushback, you'll insert this string in your temp. So your temp dot pushback should contain the substring. This in is palindrome function, you could pass this string also, or you could pass s, I and j also, because anyway you have to check from I to j. So this way also you can do. And we will push this substring from I to j minus I plus 1 inside our temp, and then we will move ahead with j plus 1, because until j point we found this is the palindrome, we have pushed it in our temp. Now we'll move to j plus 1 with s as it is, temp as it is, answer as it is. And also we need to pop back. If not in palindrome, then nothing we have to do, so we'll not do anything. This is the complete solution. So let's say you have been given a and b. Initially your I is equal to 0, temp is empty, answer is empty. Okay, so let's initialize temp is empty, answer is also empty, but it is vector of vector. Now what will happen? For I is equal to 0, you'll be here. Okay, now you'll start from j is equal to 0. So for j is equal to 0, your string is just a. Okay, now this is palindrome. This is palindrome. So what you will do? You will push it into your temp. Okay, and you will move ahead. You will move ahead with solve 1, because j plus 1 will be 1. Okay, so now what you will do? With 1 you will get, you will check from I 0. I is again 0 0 only, and j is now 1. Okay, so you will check for I 0 and j 1. So 0 to 1, a. Yeah, that is again a not a. Sorry. Now your I has become 1, because this will pass and solve. Okay, and will j is also start from 1. So now your temp contains a and a. Okay, now again you will move ahead and you will find I as 2, j as also 2. So it will be a and b. Okay, now you have returned j as n. So now your j will, I is equal to 3, j will not be assigned, but I is equal to n. So you will push back this AAB into answer and you will pop back B. So you will reach at this stage. You will pop back B and you will be at this stage, AA. Okay. So now you will check for A and AB, because at this stage, your I was 1, J1 you have already traversed. Now J is 2. So from 1 to 2, AB. Is AB palindrome? No. No. So you will not do anything. Again, your I will be 2. Okay. So again, you have moved out. So you will pop back this thing also. So AB, anyways, you didn't have push. So you will move to this point. Temp is equal to A point where I is 0. Okay. And now J, 0 you have already traversed. Now you will want traverse 1. So this is AA. Yes. AA is palindrome. So you will push AA and then you will move to I is equal to 2. So I is equal to 2, J is equal to 2 is B. So that step you have given palindrome. I hope you got how this pop back functionality works on the string. Okay. Now let's solve this question in Leetcode directly. Fine. Okay. So we have to return vector of string, and you could know by now that okay, this could be your temp and the main answer could be your answer. So you have vector of string temp. You can give it DS also, as we are following that template of DS and answer, or you could give temp for string related questions, and one could be answer. Okay, you will start with 0, S, temp, and answer. Now we need to make one palindrome function also. So bull is palindrome, and in palindrome we could have string S, I, and J. What we have to check? While I less than J, if S of I is equal to S of J, then I plus plus J minus minus while I less than equal to J. Else return false. If you have made out of it, then this is palindrome true. Now void function could have int I, string S, vector string temp, and vector of string answer also. Simply the base condition, if I is equal to your endpoint, then you will push back this temp and you will return. Otherwise, you will start with J is equal to I. You will go until the end of this string, and now you will try to concatenate from I to until endpoint N. So if is palindrome, which string? I to J of S. If yes, then you have got your substring S starting from I, length will be J minus I plus 1. Okay. And now that you have got, you will move to J plus 1, S, temp, and answer. And you need to pop back once you solve this extension fully. Okay. We are done. We'll return answer. A simple solution to this problem. Okay. Sorry. It could have two arguments only. Fine. Now let's solve a similar type of question. Okay, so another question is word break questions. And this is word break part 2. Part 1 I can give you in the description. The question says that you are given a string S and a dictionary of strings, word dictionary. You have to add spaces in S to construct a sentence. Okay, so from full string S, you have to add some spaces in that S string so that each word should be under this word dictionary, and you have to return all such possible sentence. And let me give you an example. So you are given S is equal to cats and dog. Word dictionary is this. So one possible combination is like cat, sand, and dog. Okay, and another possible is cats, cats, because cats is under this, end is also under the word dictionary, and dog is also under the word dictionary. So this two you have to return. Now again, it's like a vector of string temp and vector of string answer. Okay. For every temp from j is equal to I to j less than n, what you need to check whether this particular word, whichever is formed from I to j, in the above question we are checking is it palindrome or not. Now we have to check is this word a word under the word dictionary or not. Now how we will check it is under word dictionary? By traversing we could check, but this that will increase the time complexity because we have to traverse this word dictionary every time. So we could, what we could do, we can convert this vector into map or set, so that fetching is easy, so that checking of whether this word is present or not could be easy in the map or the set. Okay, we can do it in log and time complexities. Okay, so we could convert this to map or set, whatever is feasible for you. And then we will check whether this word is there in the map. If it is there in the map, what we will do? We will push back this word, okay, particular word. If this word is in the map, if I could find this word in the map, then what I will do? I will push back this word in my map. So let's say I am creating a word current, okay, from I to j, then I'll push back this current plus my empty plus the space, because after each you have to add space, not a comma but space. You have to add a space. So this is the way you have to return the answer. You have to add spaces. Okay, your final output should look like this. These are the two different strings: cats and dog, cat, sand, dog. Okay, not different things, but you have to return it in this way. So now your temp could be only string and not vector of string, and your answer is vector of string, because you could see this cats and dog is not a different strings under temp. It's a single string with the spaces added. So now here your temp is string and your answer is vector of string. Okay, and you have to add the space. So after each word you find, you will add the space. But let's say this is your last word dog, okay, and you have added space. So this is not valid. So while pushing it into the answer, after you got this base condition, while pushing it into the answer, we will what do? We'll just pop back the last space and then we will push in our answer and we will return it. Okay, simple. Let's directly code it. Okay, so we'll have to pass one string temp, which is nothing but empty string as of now. Okay, and one vector of string answer. Okay, we'll convert this to map as of now. Okay, so let me consider this unordered map of string comma int. I will traverse this for auto ampersand str under this word dictionary map of str plus plus. Just as an index, every word under this word dictionary is unique only, as they have given. All the strings of word dictionary are unique. So no need to worry about that. Okay, now let's pass this index, initial index 0. This is your temp, your answer, and your map now. No need to pass this word dictionary map, and of course s. Okay, so we have void solve int I string temp vector of string answer. Unordered map of string comma int map, and your original string given as s. Okay, so if your I is equal to s dot size, so you have returned out of bound for this, what you will do, will just pop back the last space. Okay, so this popping back last space. And then we will push whole string. So this temp will be this full string, cats and dog. Cats space and space dog. This is temp. Will return. Now, as this temp is now not the vector of string, s dot substring we can't do. So what we will do, we'll make one current, which is nothing but an empty string, which will contain all the words from I to j. So we will traverse from j is equal to I till j less than s dot size and j plus plus. What we will do, current plus equal to s of j. So now, because s of j has words from I to j. Okay, current has words from I to j. Sorry. Now we will check if map dot find current not equal to map dot end, means we have find current in map or dictionary, I could say. If that is the case, then what we have to do, if we have find this current, then what we have to do, then our temp will be temp plus equal to current plus equal to space. So I could write temp plus equal to current, temp plus equal to space, or let me write it directly while calling the solve function. So I'll call the solve function with j plus 1. Okay. And what will I do? I'll pass this temp will be temp plus current plus this space empty. Answer map s. Now, no need to pop back it because this current I am passing it only while calling this function. Okay. I'm not passing it under this temp over here. Like temp is equal to temp plus current plus space. If this is how I am doing, then I need to pop back. But there is no option of pop back because this temp is not vector of string. It's simple string. So how will you pop back? How will you know that how many characters you have inserted? Like last 4 characters I have inserted, then I need to remove last 4 characters. So that is why we are maintaining a local variable's current and we are adding it while calling the solve function itself. I hope you got. So now no need of popping back it. Okay? No need of popping back it. But it's anyways doing the backtracking only. Okay. So we have to add a space to current and we have to pop back it while we traverse it back from the current. Okay? And of course, we'll pass this string temp as not a reference because we are changing it over here and we didn't want this change to reflect while we call it next time. Okay, otherwise we have to add it under the temp and we have to pop back it like that, but that should not be the case. So we'll pass it without ampersand only in under the string. Okay, let's try to submit it. Cool. So in the next video we could see some backtrack related questions in graph or grid related problems. Stay tuned, stay safe until then. Bye bye.